Andrew Anglin of the Daily Stormer, Hoax Watch. Without him, this show would not be possible. We have a story here titled Haitian Migrants Don't Understand the Laws. Ohio State Reps. That's actually funny. The Black Prince of Shadows stalks Earth again. Scream, Blackula, scream! I wonder what year this movie came out. Let's see. 1973. American International Pictures. Wow. Good old days of old cinema. Anyways, so the problem is that they don't understand the laws. First, as you guys know, over the past 8-10 years, a lot of the migrants coming across the US-Mexico border have been Haitians. They had the earthquake. They had, of course, Biden threw open the border, so a lot of them are coming in now. Of course, you have President Trump saying that they're eating our cats and dogs. Of course, that is easy to find, right? Where you find Haitians eating dogs. Oh, here we go. Dogs at park. That's funny. So we'll get to that. Taking geese. This is so funny. So let's see how it goes. Springfield had more reported Haitian migrants snatching geese. So it's not just dogs, cats, also geese apparently. So it's going to be funny. Let's go through it. Shout out to Elvis Dunderhoff, also a very good contributor to the Daily Star. Right. New York Post. Noel town that has seen population swell with thousands of Haitian refugees. How did they get all the way to America from Haiti? How? A refugee is somebody who is fleeing without money, without supplies. You just run, and then all of a sudden you fly across the Atlantic or the freaking Pacific, whichever, and then you're in America all of a sudden. That costs money. So thousands of refugees, it means that somebody is funding their movement. So think about that. When the next time you hear someone say, "Oh, these refugees are coming from these places," think about the cost. Think about the cost of moving people from place to place. How much it costs you, for example, to travel, and also think of that cost multiplied by thousands of people, not just men, women, children, but thousands of people. So each of these refugees don't have the money to do it, so somebody is doing it for them. So think about that. Anyways, and Town has had to battle differences in culture and even driving practices as they adjust to new reality. See, now they're framing this already as this is your life now, this is what you have to deal with, this is how everything is going to be, a new reality. So they're already framing it as there's nothing you can do, these people are here to stay, such and such. We've got an influx of folks that have come in. We're a little bit shocked that it was close to 20,000 people in a town of 6,000. That is about 30%. They brought in 30% of the population. That is great replacement. No matter what anybody says, that is what's called a great replacement. Custom issues between the folks that live here and the folks that are coming in. Former Ohio State Rep. Cal Perla. Early life check. We'll run that later. Let's see. So, eyewitness reports from Springfield reports. Eyewitness reports from Springfield, Ohio. Haitian migrants capturing resident cats for consumption. Cats being thrown into bags in broad daylight. This is so funny. Please do not eat the dogs. We have to see this. We have to see this. This is so funny. While local officials and most media outlets have disputed the point that Trump raised in the debate, there's President Trump, by the way, President Trump. there is still a new reality again faced by longtime members of Springfield community. Chief among them, according to Curler, are cultural differences between the locals and the Haitian refugees who are new to the town. Springfield, Ohio. Okay, we'll check the demographics of Springfield, Ohio. They don't understand the laws. Oh my God, that's too funny. They don't understand some of our customs. American customs are don't eat the cat, you know? Just basic, it's just a basic thing that you don't have to teach people. We don't understand some of their customs. I don't think it's Haitian custom to eat cats or whatever, and geese, and that clash and the overwhelming amount of people that have come at one point has really caused some issues. 20,000 at once. You can't move 20,000 people organically. It has to be orchestrated and designed. Anyway, so he's running to represent the area in the Senate. One more example of that, we recall hearing secondhand, where he said that there were stories of people showing up at Walmart on a Saturday, going to the bathroom, stripping down and bathing themselves. Funny. The driving in this time is horrendous, noting that a lot of the issue can be chalked up to cultural differences. Now, how is a Haitian able to come into America from driving on the left side of the road and able to get a license so quickly? That's how you should think about this question. Because it's not just the story, you have to look at what's behind the story. One notable situation occurred last October, see, so it's not recent, it's not new. We're talking about October. October was last year, and it's almost September, it's almost October this year anyway. When a school bus carrying dozens of children in the area collided with a minivan, resulting in over 20 kids being hurt and one, Aiden Clark, being killed. The driver of the minivan was later identified as Hermanio Joseph, a Haitian immigrant who was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter and vehicular homicide. So, a Haitian refugee is able to come into America and is already being given a vehicle to drive. How? Elvis. Well, some people don't like when Haitians kill their kids. Here's a short compilation I put together of castings called by Haitian drivers in Springfield, Ohio. There's a whole compilation. We're going to watch that for certain. Let's run that quick. Yeah. No one can explain why people have driver's licenses on cars, exactly. But the driving is the least of the problem. You can't just dump 20,000 people in town like this. Well, apparently you can because the US government did it. What kind of government is it? Is it Jewish? Yeah, so we don't need to go into too much detail here, but the short answer is yes, it is. There are a lot of documents showing that this is their plan. Notice that Israel doesn't have this problem, you know. They're not taking in Palestinian refugees. Instead, they're shipping them to the US and other places. So, yes, the plan is to destroy America. And yes, a lot of people who are moving the refugees, 20,000 people, who has that kind of money other than Jews. But there you go. So, let's look at some of the details that I mentioned in the story, shall we? Springfield, Ohio. So let's see what the demographics are. 58,000 in 2020 census. Then, before European settlement, Shawnee people, blah, blah, blah. Industrial development. Springfield, very small town. What's the square? Ooh. So it became a city in 1850. All right, Clark County, all right. Immigrant influx. In 2014, the city began the Welcome Springfield initiative to attract immigrants in an attempt to improve the local economy. See? So, about 4 years later, Haitian migrants fleeing their country began to arrive. 4 years later, this is 2018, right? This story is 2024. See, so we're looking at 10 years. I said 8, this is 10. See? Okay, so by 2024, 10, 15 to 20,000 legal. See? So this is the problem with Republicans, right? They keep crying about illegal immigrants, but the legal immigrants are even worse, aren't they? Temporary protected status, blah, blah, blah. What's the politics? Oh. Okay, so it's a Republican city. See? Republican. Rob Rue is the mayor. Let's also check him out. Right. Oh, Newsweek, Dream Cities, blah, 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 immigrant influx, blah, 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 2024. Come on, these things, okay. Spread lies about local, oh my God. Okay, so starting in September 2024, baseless claims spread online that Haitian immigrants were stealing and eating pets. In Springfield, Ohio, the claims began with a local Facebook group posting about a local cat had been butchered and spreading about far-right and neo-Nazi groups. Oh my God, that's us. All right, let's see. Amplified by J.D. Vance. He's from Ohio, so he should know. Geography, demographics. Right, let's see, this is where we want. So white alone, 68%. You can see the decline, right? You can see from 2000, 77% down to 68%. Of course, have the blacks 20%, and then Latino 4, mixed race 6, native 0.3, all that. So I wonder where these Haitians fit in the demographics here, probably here. You can see there's a decline between 2000 and 2010, and then an increase between 2010 and 2020. So it's actually gone up. Meanwhile, the white population has decreased. White populations decrease in towns for 3 main reasons. One, aging population not replacing the dying people with white children. 2, white flight, or what we call ethnic cleansing, wherein the criminals come in and commit all these crimes, and you lose your son, Aiden Clark, and it's like, yeah, I cannot live in this town where my children can be killed or grievously hurt just going to school. So I leave the town and try to go to a whiter town. So that's one reason. So you have birth rate, white flight / ethnic cleansing, and what's the third one? Maybe, I guess murders could come into that, but it's subsumed within the first reason. So it's a white town, basically. Well, it's not really white, because a black town is any town that has more than 10%. If it's more than 10%, your town is black. Like, it doesn't matter how many white people there are. It qualifies as a black town. But 68% is good. You are relatively safer. So crime, see, from 2012 to 2014, the city spread a 21% increase in crime from 618, blah, blah, blah. Also during those years, occurrences of murder and non-negligent manslaughter steadily increased from 5 to 7. In 2015, Springfield violent crime reached a 14-year high. I'm certain that Colin would have had some stories on Springfield, Ohio. You can check that out. So Republican, so it's a quote unquote red state or red city. See how that works. So we don't really care about all these people. It's a very, 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 very small town. But there are no names here that I recognize. So Let's check out the mayor. Early life. What do we do? What do we have? Do we have any clues? Do we have any clues? Do we have any clues? We don't have any clues as to his early life. This is. Let's find out about this a bit. But I guess it's okay. They call it the cat eating hoax. Oh my god, I can't wait to go on Twitter. They've already called it the cat eating hoax. No, let's check that out again. Cat eating hoax. We okay, so it's the same story. Cat eating hoax. This is so funny. 1983. Why are we going back to 1983 and bringing up pictures of 2007? Protect our cats and our geese. This is so funny. By the official GOP, that's funny. At least they understand memes now. Eat less kittens, vote Republican. All right. So Heidelberg University was founded by German from Church. Okay. So I guess it's okay for now. We'll find out more later. So this was the child's death last year. Let's see what happened. Oh, so this is the guy, right? No. Health Sunny August 35 in 2020 says the city feels like home. This is really bad. This is really bad. Anyways, how did Al Jazeera, how did child's death cause an Ohio City to turn its Haitian community? Because of bus crash. Sparked a backlash, whatever. So the city's burgeoning immigrant population. This is just one form of biological warfare, but no one is ready to have that discussion. So let's go through this quick and wrap it up. Some of your girls remember that, blah blah blah. On the other side, Haitian flag was raised, and this country's national anthem was played on the other side of Buck Creek at Springfield City Hall. The Haitian flag was raised. Isn't that insane? For a good 65-year-old healthcare worker originally from the Haitian capital of Port-au-Prince, it was a moment of pride. He moved to Springfield in June of 2020 and could feel the connection with the other Haitians. Of his said, I felt at home that day. To know we have that was a big surprise. So you are literally transplanting Haiti. I want to call it Haitian. They are transplanting Haiti from the shithole island where it is to a small town in Springfield, Ohio. This is crazy. Haitian Flag Day. But why? Why? Okay. Nepal has fallen. A child's death between new arrivals and longtime Springfield residents. There's some Haitians wondering if they're welcome. Of course you're not welcome. It's not your home. So, city in decline. See? Rust Belt, manufacturing home to major print and machinery companies. But when factories died, so the city shrank. While Springfield's population, 1/3, moved away in the 1980s. I wonder why. Because it's up north, so I'm sure people have been moving north. They moved away in the 80s. I wonder where they went. See, that's the thing. Facts like these, they state them and you're not able to inquire. Nobody asks the question, why did they move? Why did they move? So that's how we should look at these stories. When they say something, ask why. They just moved on from that. And it's like, so when hundreds and thousands of Haitians started moving to Springfield, man, what is this? The English here is so bad. So when hundreds, then thousands of Haitians started moving the Springfield or moving to Springfield. The city of 60,000 people got the population boost was crying out for, you see, ethnic replacement. A third moved out and 20,000 people moved in. So what else? Many escaped poverty and oh, come on. Haiti is the poorest country, cultural gangs, who cares? Labor shortages, Caribbean cafes, Haitian families. This is really bad. Haitian families started to pack events like the annual Clark County Fair, filling the air with the sounds of Haitian Creole. Oh my God, I can't. My skin is crawling. Anyway, the child's there. See how long it took for them to get here. So what you're saying is they're preparing you for the actual story. Before you get to the child's death, you talk about, oh, you tell the story through the eyes of a migrant who's coming and it's supposed to be a success story, you know, or Haiti, oh, I feel a connection, oh, blah, 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 oh, what was the celebration, oh, the manufacturing, oh, the city moved away, oh, the city got 20,000 migrants that it was crying out for some reason. Then demographic changes. Now, this is actually this is what we're here for. How many percent down the line? Child dies when this person drove a 2010 Honda Odyssey minivan into oncoming traffic because he's retarded. 11-year-old Aiden Clark was thrown from the bus as he veered off the roadway and flipped. He died at the scene. 23 other children were injured, including one serious injury. Joseph was charged with 2 felonies. Springfield erupted with grief and an incident. Okay. So here we go. Some warned of an invasion of Haitians and the crime they would bring. Another person raised that the Haitian flag raised as exactly as part of Flag Day celebrations. Police officers still remember shooted uneasily from foot to foot. I want to know, you see, this is how it works. I want to know who is busting them in, who is responsible for that, and who can stop them from coming, one resident asked. That's a very good question. What is the answer to the question? Was it answered? No. Of course, it didn't answer the question. One woman stood up to say they had become a sanctuary city, blah, blah, blah. City officials assured her that it had not. Of course it is. So Addis Sarabru was the city commissioner. So you see, so this is a Republican and he says reckless driving is not just in the immigrant community. So this is basically white people do it. So shout out to Colin Flaherty. There's a lot of new people in our community. I get that, it's a concern, but there's cultures clashing. So he's been saying the same thing for years. This guy is supposed to be a Republican who is supposed to preserve, and a conservative, he's supposed to conserve the makeup of that town. Just 60,000 people, and you bring in 20,000 foreigners who are killing children. So, of course, here we go. The parents, of course. So this is the center of the entire problem. These are the parents of the child who was killed. We do not want our son's name to be associated with the hate that's being spewed at these meetings. Danielle and Nathan Clark would notice that he put his wife's name first before him, showing that he's a cock. Aiden embraced different cultures and would insist you do the same. He's 11. He is not going to embrace anything you don't tell him to embrace. That's one. So you see that this problem is multifaceted in that you have this enemy demographic coming in, being foisted upon the people by a big, dark, dangerous force that is beyond reproach, that is beyond questioning. I want to know right here who's bossing them in. Nobody answered the question. Al Jazeera, for some reason, cannot answer the question. We know the answer. And on the other hand, you have enemies from within who are willing to condone, deny, excuse, and even encourage the assault. So he calls them new people instead of calling them what they are, which is illegal immigrants. So the Rocking Horse Community Health Center has seen pediatric patients needing French or Haitian Creole services jumped from 38 in 2020 to 460 last year. It had to spend $344,000 in services for translation from January to August alone, compared to a total of $4,000 in 2018. Do you see the toll that immigration takes on the city? This is bad. There's only one solution, and we'll run through the rest very quickly because we're almost out of time. There's only one solution. Get them out. Get them back to their country. We don't care. Stay in your country. Solve whatever problem you have, whether it's with nature, with the hurricanes or the earthquakes, whether it's with the economy. Get rid of barbecue. Get him to stop barbecuing small animals, please. So here we go. Taylor Hansen. So here's a short compilation I put together of car accidents caused by Haitian drivers in Springfield, Ohio. Every resident I've talked to is scared of driving. They are dealing with increased insurance rates due to unlicensed and uninsured Haitian drivers causing multiple accidents on a daily basis. There is no punishment taking place for Haitians, of course. They already did that with the blacks. You can check Ferguson, Missouri. Yeah, you can drive there without any problems, especially if you're black. Drive without insurance, but if an American does it, they can have their license suspended. It is illegal in Ohio to drive a vehicle without car insurance. So let's see what's.
Whose car? Who did this? You did this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. This is the third wreck today. We got to do something about this. We need Anthony Harris from Stark County, man.
Get them out. Get them out.
This is the third time
That's the only solution.
this happened today. This is the third time.
What is this?
Anthony from there.
This is crazy.
Oh, this is the fourth. This is the fourth wreck involving the New Americans. How did this happen?
Because we are just turning right exactly.
Did you not see the car?
Actually, he was the one who should have seen us because we give him the signal.
No, this is lane. He can turn into here. You can't turn into here.
No, we need to give him the signal. He should have seen us.
So, him. All right. I'm just.
Wow. This is terrible.
He does or nothing.
That guy definitely doesn't speak English. Just think of the toll on the city. Just think of the financial toll. We saw that with 344,000 just in translation services. What do you think happens here? Your insurance rate goes up. Who owns these companies? It is YouTube. I don't want to say too much. Anyway, so that's basically that. Then Kyle Cole, let's run a quick check. on Mr. Kyle. He is Springfield Republican. Okay. Uh, let's see. Fresh Start Act. What's that? Occupational licensing. Duty to retreat committees. The ranking member for sure. Oh, guess not. Okay. We have, this guy is very powerful. Age 62. Kaler. Okay. Let's just check one final thing. Let's see if we can. I guess it's running. There is blah blah blah. Okay. We will suspend the early life check for now because they are being scrubbed as we speak. Anyway, so eyewitnesses report from Springfield, Ohio, Haitian migrants capturing residents' cats for consumption. Cats are being thrown into bags in broad daylight, new signs being put over local pond. Please do not eat the ducks. This is too funny. Oh, it was filmed in Chile. What difference will it make? So I guess it was Chile. Oh my god. Yeah, we're so back. Now, to wrap up very quickly, here's the even more serious story about migrants in Springfield, Ohio. Critics have said the claims about Haitian migrants eating pets are racist. Of course, that's the first thing you do until it's true. Then what is it? Then the part grabbing up the ducks by the neck and cutting the head off, walking over there and eating them. That's funny. Was it this guy saying it? A 20-year-old man made the claim that migrants were stealing dogs at parks. This has to be true. This guy has no reason to lie against the migrants when you think about it. I mean, he doesn't have a reason to lie. Another woman at a previous meeting said she's seen migrants field dressing roadkill, okay, on the side of the highway, snatching park breads to cook up with some barbaric stew. Oh my god, who is this woman? We need her on the show. She's so funny. Barbaric stew. That's hilarious. Right. So the clip appears to show Alexis Farrell charged after a maddened rampage where she stomped on a cat and devoured it in front of her neighbors. However, records do not indicate that the woman is either Haitian or a migrant. She was arrested in Canada. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Another image as part of the viral story is man holding Nicholas. Hello? 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 Listen. Hello? Another image that's part of the viral story of a man holding Nichols appears to originate from August Reddit post in a group dedicated to Columbus where the poster provided no context beyond bewilderment. Okay. So police reports on Tuesday, August 26th, 911 call from Springfield emerged, in which a resident said 4 Haitian migrants were off with geese in a local park. The report came with a recording of a man reporting to the incident to his local dispatch. I'm sitting here, I'm riding on the trail, I'm going to my orientation for my job today, and I see a group of Haitian people. There are about 4 of them. They all had geese in their hands. explaining he saw Haitians drive off with the birds. I mean, so that means it's not true. Like you need statistics to verify that. Anyways, 20,000 people, blah blah blah. 20 other kids were hospitalized. So this is where the story comes from. And the story is gone. Okay, so what another notification side. Then snatching geese just 2 weeks ago. So this is the 911 call that was made. So protect our geese, protect all our pets, shall we? So where is it? I need to see President Trump's one again. Oh, still funny. This is definitely making the thumbnail, isn't it? All right, so that's that. So you see that such a small story has been blown up to a wide proportion, but the media does its job very well in distracting you from the issues, which is one, how does 20,000 people in a town of, brought into a town of 60,000 not amount to great replacement? You have a town, a white town, let's face it, being challenged by 20,000 Haitian people, changing completely and forever the dynamics of the town. You cannot go to the park anymore because the Haitians will eat your geese. You can't have pets anymore because the Haitians will eat your pet. Then they leave. Then people start saying, why are they leaving? White flight, all that. So it's important to look at the smaller details of the stories when you're listening to these. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much to Dr. Wang Lin for continually hosting these stories and keeping us knowledgeable of the stories behind the story. I'll catch you all later on the Eye of the Storm. I've been your boy, Omikage. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.
The best guy at synthesizing has just been hitting these things out of the park.